Live. Live. Hi everybody. Am I audible and visible? Yes. No. Hi. How are you? Good evening. No, I'm there. All set. I'm good. What is this Shia Sunni going on in the chat section, man? Interesting. Hi. Sorry for the delay. Yeah. I'm really sorry for the late. So, did you guys get a chance to go through the notes today? Did you guys go through the notes earlier? Oh, okay. I thought the Iran-Israel conflict has spilled over into our chat section also. You went through the notes? Where is my mic? I have my mic here itself. Okay. Yeah. I'm aware. The sound is good. The sound issue is now sorted. Right? It's okay. You have gone through the basics of the notes, right? Even in the morning session also, when we were talking about the mentorship discussion, I told you today don't attend the polity class. Please go through the notes. That is enough for today. Right? So the topic that we are going to discuss today is all about banking. Okay, but the important thing that I have to share with you guys is, as far as the topic of banking is concerned, in the exams there are certain priority areas. Okay, as far as the topic of banking is concerned, within banking there are 2 to 3 different subtopics that are there. Of course, we have completed monetary policy. There are good number of questions in monetary policy. It is an important topic. Happy Holi, right? So that's an important topic. After that, the other topics that we have, one topic is banking history, and the topic of types of banks. Now, as far as the topic of banking history and types of banks is concerned, there are very less number of questions from this topic in the entire year of 2025. Okay, this particular topic refers to the types of banks that are there. For example, it could be scheduled commercial banks, non-scheduled commercial banks. All these things are there. Cooperative banks, regional rural banks, payment banks. There are various types of banks, and there is a banking history in India. When was the first bank created? What are the imperial banks, etc.? This is one topic. In this topic, the number of questions that they have asked is very less. To be very precise, the number is literally zero. Zero number of questions were asked from this topic in the year 2025. So, in the class, I will not teach this topic. This topic is given in the notes. First 15 pages of the notes, the entire notes, first 15 pages of the entire notes is based on the whole story of banking history in India, types of banking itself. So I will not waste my time and your time in the class on this topic. This is your last priority area. Go through the notes, just take a look at it. In this entire topic, if there is something that you have to know, this is the quizzes part. Okay, in this entire topic, if there is something that you have to know, that is, first is you have to know what is a scheduled bank, and they can ask you certain things such as NACHS, and there is something called as AEPS, etc. These things they may ask. These simple things I'll discuss. Beyond this, you can see the notes, but the first 15 pages is a last priority. But if you are giving RRB exams, or you may be giving even bank exams also, in such a scenario, these topics are important. They will ask you questions from banking history as well. They will ask you what are the types of banks, what is the difference between a regional rural bank and a let's say scheduled commercial bank, or what is a private bank, what is the FDI that is allowed in private banking sector. These type of questions they can ask you when you are giving banking exams, insurance exams, etc. But in SSC, we can go with a fair assumption that they will not ask those kind of questions. So I hope this introduction is crystal clear. I hope this introduction is crystal clear. Okay, now we will discuss about it. By the way, there are quizzes that we are posting every day from the class topic. You can attempt them from the quizzes section that is there. Quizzes section, you have GS ASTRA quiz. Are you guys writing the quiz? If you have written, what is your latest score? I can check the number of students who wrote the test, okay? So please tell me, are you guys writing the test or not? Let me see. Last test, how many wrote? What is the highest score? Let us check. Test number 5, macroeconomics. Okay. Average score is only 10 marks. Highest score, Hema Priya scored 28 out of 30. Very good. Prabharaj scored 25.5. Darshan scored 23. It's a good score. But yes, there are still people who can write it. These are about the tests. Now we will continue discussion. And the notes, you can find it in Brahmos GS ASTRA series wala folder. You will get your notes there. Good, good. Nice, nice. So the topic that we are going to talk is overall what is the banking structure in India? What are the types of banks? See, as far as the banking structure is concerned, the only thing that they can ask you with respect to this in the exams, it is about what are scheduled banks, okay? What are scheduled banks? This they will ask you. Basically, there is an act of RBI which is called as RBI Act of 1934. In this RBI Act of 1934, there is a schedule number 2. There is schedule number 2. All those names that are listed in schedule number 2, State Bank of India, Indian Bank, Union Bank of India, all the list of names that are written in schedule number 2 of Reserve Bank of India, you call them as scheduled banks. The only advantage with respect to scheduled banks is that, see, the only advantage that is there with respect to scheduled banks is they will get faster access to credit, etc. Beyond this, it is more or less similar to other banks, okay? Yes, Chanakya, but today we will pick up current affairs if time permits us, because there is a lot for us to study today. So within India, there are scheduled banks and non-scheduled banks. It's simple. Scheduled banks are written in Schedule 2 of Banking Reserve Bank of India Act. Non-scheduled banks are not written in this particular act. Now within scheduled commercial banks, you have public sector banks, you have private banks, you have regional rural banks, you have small finance banks, then you have payment banks, non-scheduled banks. These are various types of banks. So if you are writing any banking exam, they can ask you what is the difference between a particular type of bank. As far as scheduled banks are concerned, I told you they are included in second schedule of RBI Act 1934. This line is important, they can ask you. Beyond this, if you want to be a scheduled bank, the meaning is you will have more responsibility. Your name would be written in RBI Act and you have to be more responsible, and RBI expects that you will help in more financial inclusion and you will not be so much profit oriented like a private bank. That is the expectation on you. In return, RBI will give you access to credit faster, it will give you money faster, and you can have access to certain privileges also. So if you are to be a scheduled bank, you should follow RBI regulations, you should not harm your depositors, and this line can be asked, your paid up capital should be more than 5 lakh rupees. This they can ask you. These are the things that they can ask you. Beyond this, this is enough. And there are smaller banks, etc. There are non-scheduled banks and all, which are not written in banking schedule. Scheduled commercial banks we discussed, non-scheduled banks we discussed. Public sector bank, the word is pretty simple. The bank name says public sector bank. Public refers to government. So if government has majority of the ownership, you call those banks as public sector banks. Clear? So which schedule of RBI Act is for scheduled commercial banks? What is the schedule number? To be very honest, even I don't know the number. Okay, I don't want to remember the number. And if I am you and if there is an exam where they are going to ask me what is the name of scheduled commercial banks, I would happily skip the question. Okay, but it's okay, there is nothing wrong in learning the number. Right, so this is about second schedule. Then we spoke about public sector banks. Public sector banks is where, just a minute. Okay, public sector banks are those banks where government has majority ownership. For example, State Bank of India, Union Bank of India, all these kind of banks, all these kinds of banks, you call them as public sector banks. Ram, no, not all GS classes, dear, only those topics which were frequently asked in the year 2025 and those that could be difficult, they are being dealt here. The standard subjects such as history, polity, geography, I am teaching it in the GS 1.0 course in the mornings. Right. Next is regional rural bank. This bank is important. We will come across this word very often. The name is regional rural bank. Basically what happened was, initially when banks were asked to do functions, when banks were created, especially if you have seen the movie of Harshad Mehta scam and all, banks that were there in those days, all those banks were primarily concentrated only in the urban areas. Banks were majorly in the cities, in cities. Because of that, the agriculture used to suffer a lot. There was a lot of suffering that was there for agriculture sector. Agriculture sector was not getting any loans. They were not getting any access to credit. Just a moment. Yeah, agriculture sector was not getting access to any kind of credit. So regional rural banks were created. The purpose of regional rural bank is very simple. Hey, that's wonderful. Here, one of our students got cleared into ACIO tier 2. She cleared it and she is into interview. That's really nice. Okay, if any one of you has also cleared it, your list is out, you can check it. I'm so glad this girl cleared it. She just sent a text saying that I've cleared ACIO tier 2 mains karke. Right. So agricultural sector was taking. Did any one of you write the exam, by the way? Is there anyone else who wrote the exam in the live? Let's see. Who gave ACIO tier 2 and is waiting for the result? Is there anyone? Just a second. Let me just talk to her once. She's extremely happy. Nice, nice. So yeah, glad that first results of Siddhi, first proper results of Siddhi, she is yet to give the interview. That's a different story. Yeah, all in all, there are so many students that have cleared the exam, right? No problem. Let's come back to whatever we were discussing. Agricultural sector was facing a lot of problem. The problem was, because all the banks were in rural centers, they were not getting access to any credit. When there was no credit for agricultural sector, in this scenario, people had to depend upon money lenders, etc. So, regional rural banks were created. Now, the reason why I spoke so much is, regional rural banks were not created as a part of RBI Act. This sentence is important for you. They are not a part of RBI Act. There is a separate act which is known as RRB Act, and under RRB Act, regional rural banks were created so that the provision or the facility to give loans for agricultural sector, the facility to give loans for small farmers, all these things are possible, and it is with the objective they have done this, right? So this is about regional rural banks. Anyone else? Okay, yeah, this is about regional rural banks. That's it. This is regional rural banks. Cooperative banks, you guys know about cooperative banks and all. These are all types of banks. I'm not going to discuss much. This is important for us. See, in the exam they can ask you, do you have any batch? Yes, there is a batch only for GS, right? This is important. Now, till now we spoke about various types of banks. Now we will talk about what are assets of a bank and what is liability of a bank. So before I discuss any further, okay, I have one question for you. For a human being, like that is for a normal person, okay, there are two people, A, B, okay. A gave 500 rupees to B, okay. A gave 500 rupees to B and A has one house. Now, my question to you is, what are assets of A? What are liabilities of A? A gave B 500 rupees, A has a house, and A took a loan of 2 lakh rupees from State Bank of India. What are assets of A? What are liabilities of A? House is the asset. House is the asset. Very good. What is liability? What is liability? House is asset. Very good. Loan of 2 lakh rupees is a liability, right? So now you know the meaning of what is an asset and what is a liability, right? I'll write one more example. Instead of A as a human being, I am considering State Bank of India. And for State Bank of India, there are 500 people, or let's say there are 5,000 people who have deposited money, and this money is worth 5 crore rupees. So 5 crore rupees are deposits that are there in SBI. Out of these 5 crore rupees that are there in deposits, SBI thought, I will lend out 3 crore rupees. 3 crore rupees I will lend out. This is what SBI thought. Now my question to you is, what is the asset of SBI? How much is the asset of SBI? How much is the asset of SBI? What is the liability? How much is the asset? What is the asset? What is liability? Asset, you are saying it is 5 crore. Liability is 3 crore. So basically, yes or no? You say 5 crores is the asset. Okay. This is the difference. This is the difference between a bank and a human being. For a bank, please understand, all these 5 crore rupees, SBI has to pay back. SBI has to pay back at any point of time. Any depositor can come and ask, look, give me my money. When someone comes and asks, look, give me my money, they have to return. So for a bank, all the deposits will be considered as liabilities. Okay. I hope you will never get confused with this example. So for a bank, all the deposits will be considered as liabilities, whereas any loan that a bank gives out, these are considered as assets, because the money would come back and they would get revenue from this. Money would come back and they would get revenue from this, they will get interest from this. So for a bank, all the loans that a bank gives out, all such loans are considered as, all such loans that are given out are considered as assets. All the deposits that are there are considered as liabilities. Just a second. Hey, nice, one more person who cleared it, man. I'm so glad. There are 2 people who are there. Basically what happened was, after tier 1 was completed, I just created a private group on Signal and I started to guide aspirants who were there who cleared. There are a very small set of aspirants, 20 of them or 25 of them. I created a private Signal group, and I did not do much of that. I just took up a couple of sessions only, where I just told them how to write, etc. And then I gave them some topics. So 2 of them cleared it, and I'm so glad that these guys are texting now. The second person also cleared it. I'll talk to them after the session anyways. Right? So this is about assets and liabilities with respect to bank. These slightly differ between a human being versus a bank. So for a bank, liabilities are all those things that are deposited by people, or if a bank borrows from Reserve Bank. Okay, there is SBI. SBI went to Reserve Bank of India and SBI took 4 crore rupees as a loan. This is a liability. All deposits are liabilities, and whatever capital, whatever shareholders funds are there, they are liabilities. Just a second, let's revert. Right. So all these deposits, all these things are considered as a liabilities for a bank, whereas assets are concerned, all are whatever. Okay, this is about types of deposits, right? Whatever assets are there, whatever bank gives out, you consider them as assets. So this is about liabilities and assets, and we studied in detail about Reserve Bank of India. Please try to tell me, what are the functions of Reserve Bank of India? Okay, today UPSC result is also possible. I don't know what is going to happen. Bhai, as everybody is coming out with results, let's see what happens. Final merit list is expected today, chimps. Let's see. I don't have any hope on that, by the way. Yeah, lender of last resort, bankers bank, government bank, very good. Currency printing, currency printing, inflation management. Very good. So all these are the responsibilities of Reserve Bank of India, and there are certain organizations that are associated with RBI. They can ask you these questions in papers such as CHSL or MTS. They can ask you. With respect to RBI, there are certain extra organizations. First such organization is NABARD. NABARD, just remember, NABARD is related to agriculture. NABARD is related to agricultural finance. Next, there is one more organization called as SIDBI. SIDBI is about micro, small, medium enterprises finance, right? SIDBI. Then you have housing finance. This organization is important. DICGC. This was in news recently. The purpose of DICGC is simple. Let's say, yeah, I gave it. Let us say, out of nowhere, let's say out of nowhere, India went into war with Pakistan and government wanted money. When government wanted money, there is a provision that government can take all the money that is there in the banks. Your money, my money, every one of us, our money, government take it. Or a bank might go bankrupt, let's say in Punjab National Bank when Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi, all these guys did a scam. People lost money in Punjab National Bank. So in all kind of such scenarios, happen what may. If a bank goes bankrupt, if the money is lost, in all such scenarios, irrespective of how much money you have, everybody has an insurance for 5 lakh rupees. So for example, if in my bank account I have 25 lakh rupees, if I have 25 lakh rupees, for example, in my bank account, don't worry, itna to hai nahi, alag baat hai, that's a different story. But if I have 25 lakh rupees and tomorrow government goes to a war with India versus Pakistan, government says I want to take money from the bank account, government can take up to 20 lakh rupees. The other 5 lakh rupees is insured. The organization that gives that kind of insurance to our deposits with the bank, that is called as DICGC, or Depositors Insurance Credit Guarantee Corporation. This is already included in your notes. SIDBI is different, SEBI is different. SEBI takes care of stock markets. SIDBI is Small Industries Development Bank. Okay, both the words that you are talking, two words are completely different. SIDBI is different, SEBI is different. SEBI is Securities Exchange Board of India. It talks about stock exchange, market regulator. Commonly, I'll check it out. The other thing is SIDBI. SIDBI talks about MSME finance, Small Industries Development Bank, that is SIDBI, right? No, DICGC will guarantee only 5 lakh rupees. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Only 5 lakh rupees, even if it is bankrupt. No matter what happens, DICGC will insure only 5 lakh rupees. In India, that is the only amount that is insured. So if you want to protect your money, take 10 bank accounts and say 5 lakh rupees in each bank account. Then you will be protected. Right, now, there is one more thing that we have to discuss, that is payment settlements. See, let's say I want to transfer money to someone who is there, okay? I want to transfer money to someone who is there. I have certain options. One option is called as RTGS. One option is called as NEFT, okay? These are multiple options. So now we will discuss about what are the differences between these options. First thing is called as RTGS. They can ask you full form itself. RTGS refers to real-time gross settlement. Just a minute. Come here. What is that? Arey, fake do bhai. Chal. Sorry for that again. These guys in the office are playing like anything. Okay. RTGS is called as a real-time gross settlement. Okay. RTGS is a system where basically you can transfer money to someone instantly, directly. That is called as RTGS. So RTGS is a real-time activity and it is a one-to-one activity. See, basically there are two things here. One is RTGS, one is NEFT. In RTGS, what happens is, let's say you want to send a money, it happens instantly. Whereas there is one more thing which is known as NEFT. NEFT is a scenario where, let's say, for each half an hour or 45 minutes, something like that, or for each half an hour, all transactions are pooled and transfer happens exactly once in every half an hour. So NEFT is batch-wise a transfer of money. RTGS is real-time transfer of money. Then there is one more thing called as IMPS. The full form is Immediate Payment Settlement System. Immediate Payment System. This is instant. Immediate payment system, this is instant, it happens immediately or at that instant, that is called as IMPS system. Then you have UPI, UPI everyone knows. Then there is one more thing called as, hi Naman, then there is one more thing called as NACH, NACH, National Automatic Clearing House. National Automatic Clearing House is a scenario where, see, you can use it for bulk transactions. For example, tomorrow you come up with an organization and there are 500 employees in your organization, or let's say government wants to deliver pension to everybody on 1st of every month. It's a bulk transaction, right? So for bulk transactions you use NACH. So NACH is used for bulk transactions such as subsidies, etc. This is important, this they can ask you in the exams. Then you have electronic clearance systems and Aadhaar enabled payment services. These are various types of payment services that are there. They can ask you these kind of questions in the exam. Yes, PM Kisan, right. PM Kisan funds or any kind of subsidies, any kind of salaries which you want to pay in bulk, you can pay it using NACH system, right? Usually UPI is charge free. You don't have any charges for UPI, right? Hi Panda, hello. Right? UPI is completely charge free. Now we will talk about what is the story of banking sector in India, how banking sector has evolved. We will not spend much time on the history of banking. We will directly quickly go towards the banking problems and solutions, reforms. It is from this area a lot of questions were asked. Narsimhan Committee 1, Narsimhan 2, Urjit Patel Committee, Nachiket More Committee. These committees were asked in the exam. Okay, so these are important. You have to study these committees. You have to understand why a committee was created, what are the problems that were there, and what is the solution that was provided by the committee. So all in all, the story starts like at around the periods of 1969. India got independence in 1947. From 1947 to 1969, what happens is, more or less banks were urban centric. All the banks, majority of the banks were in cities. They were lending money only to rich people. Rich were getting richer, rich were getting richer. They were not giving any kind of small finances loans or loans to smaller sections of people. They were not giving any such loans, etc. They were not giving any housing loans, etc. Right? So this was the problem that was there. So what happens is, by the periods of 1969, government of India thought, let us not allow these kind of things to happen. We have to do something to take control of the situation. So by that period of time, government of India first came up with a program which is known as social banking program. The first trial that they came up is known as social banking program, and as a part of social banking program, they said all banks should work social control banking program. To be very honest, the banking program name is social control banking. Social control banking program happened in the year 1967. This is already there in your notes, right? Acha, imperial banks, banking, we will talk about it, we'll come back here. Yes, social control of banks. This was a program that was introduced in the year 1967. This program was introduced by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. The idea was very simple. The idea is, all banks at that particular point of time, all these people were focused on profit. They were focused more on urban centers. So what Indira Gandhi said is, look, this is not acceptable. You can't do business like this in India. If you want to do business like this in India, you have to listen to what I say. It was a period when she was trying to become a very popular prime minister. So she said, instead of this, you have to direct your lending towards agriculture. You have to do social welfare activities. You can't decide based on what you want. You can't decide whatever you want to. And we want to reduce your credit process or credit portion to larger industries. You should lend to agriculture. You should lend to small industries. You should lend to micro industries. Stop lending more and more money to large industries. This was the original program that was introduced. This was the first step of Indira Gandhi to try and ensure that banking sector slightly aligns with the political policy. Her political policy was weaker empowerment, right? Garibi Hatao, empowerment of weaker sections of people. This was her political policy. And social control of banks scheme was the way in which she thought, I will try my best to see if banks will listen to me. She introduced this in 1967. But what happened was banks were not ready to listen to her, or banks did not listen to her. So going ahead, in 1969 she said, go to hell for all of you, I own all the banks. Literally she said, I am gonna own all the banks. Every private player from tomorrow, you don't own your bank anymore. This process is called as nationalization, and nationalization happened in the year 1969. This is a phase 1 of nationalization. This they will ask you, when did nationalization happen in the first place? So what she said is, you are a bank, if you have a deposit which is more than 50 crore rupees, tomorrow onwards, the date that she came up with was 19 July 1969. She said, from 19 July 1969, if you have more than 50 crore rupees in your deposit, you can't open the bank anymore. You can't be the owner of the bank anymore. She went ahead and she nationalized almost 14 commercial banks. 14 commercial banks, she said, I am the owner of the bank. It was Central Bank of India, Punjab National Bank, Bank of Baroda was there, UCO Bank, Canara Bank, all these banks were there. And she nationalized everything. She thought, okay, I will wait for a period of time, and no, you can't withdraw the capital. That day if you have the capital, she said, I am nationalizing you, no matter what. If you want to withdraw the capital, you withdraw, but still, I am the owner of all these banks. As in, government will be the owner of the banks, you forget everything. Now I will see why you will not implement my policies. This was her ideology. She continued for a brief period of time. She continued with this that was initially successful, but over a period of time, new set of banks came up. New set of banks came up, especially banks such as Andhra Bank, banks such as Punjab and Sindh Bank. New set of banks came up. All in all, 6 new big banks came up. So what happened was, in 1980, one day she sat and she was actually thinking, why am I not yet successful? I am successful only in some areas. There are still some more areas where banking, financial inclusion has to increase. Banking has to penetrate to the rural areas. Branches are not there. I am not yet able to convince the banks. So she thought, and she started to see, are there any new big banks that are there? And she spotted 6 new big banks. She said, chalo, let us merge these guys also. Let us handle with these guys karke. She said she came up with the second phase of nationalization. Second phase of nationalization happened in 1980, where 6 big banks were nationalized. So, as of now, we were talking about banking sectoral reforms. The problem that was there in banking sector was that all the banks were more or less urban centric. So, government of India, Indira Gandhi came up with social control program. Social control, people did not listen. So she went for first stage of nationalization, then she went for second phase of nationalization. So before banking, these are the problems. Urban, they were not giving agriculture money. Large industrial houses, they were giving lot of money. For small guys, they are not giving any money. Banks were constantly failing over a period of time. इक्विटी हटा के टीसीएस आ गई, नोटिस आया है, कहाँ आया है? What notice? Let me see. March 5th, RFP for selection of service provider for technology and operations. Okay. Look, please don't misunderstand. I'll open it up right now. I saw that. But this is not about vendor change. I know Hindi. See, this is not about vendor change. I have 104 of you. I'll open the notice here itself. This is important and you might be confused. This is not vendor change. Okay. I will open up the notice and I'll read it for you here itself. This is an interesting notice. आपको देखना है. You have to see this. This is the document. See the document very carefully. The document says, request for proposal for selection of service provider. That is fine. But the most important word that you have to see here is service provider for technology and operations partner. This means they are looking for someone who will provide new infrastructure. Educity was providing infrastructure. Now they are looking for a partner who will give them labs. Who will give them labs? Who will give them infrastructure? Who will ensure a foolproof system to stop the remote access that happened in MTS 2025. This is the document. Let us go through the document. Please don't, I will not read the entire 189 pages. Let us just see the objective of the exercise. This should be clear. This is more than enough. Page number 11, you have objectives of the exercise. Right. Objective of the exercise is, see this, Staff Selection Commission conducts large scale computer based examinations across India. Okay, SSC conducts large scale examinations across India, and recent years they have taken a lot of modernization initiatives. There is a change in candidate portal that has happened. Now you are talking about, see, handling of examination activities. So this notice is all about handling the examination and activities and various technologies, etc. So 2025 PYQs are still important, but the bright side of this, I'm pretty sure whenever things like this have happened, there is enough amount of time that was given. So now your exams will be postponed, there is no doubt about it. Earlier they said we are requesting information, if you have new technologies you come and tell me, but now this is pretty clear, you have a new vendor who will come up with the technology. So if you can stick to 2025 PYQs, you, even if you start your preparation now, you can do better. You can safely assume you have at least 3 to 3.5 months of time. GD exam has to be conducted, and then there are 3 departmental exams, then you will have CGL, right? Do you still have any questions in this? See, web technology upgradation. There are 15 services. Web technology, mobile application technology, module enhancement as in SSC portal enhancement, design development of result management system, computer and IVR, AI based chatbot, data analytics platform, and there is knowledge transfer as in once you create something you have to tell them how to implement it. Then handling exam related office activities and operational activities, operations and maintenance, infrastructure, upgrading helpline infrastructure, manpower, and additional any developmental changes. So this is all about technological upgradation, software upgradation. So the bottom line is 2025 PYQs are important. Stick to 2025 PYQs. Please don't get deviated. Now you will have n number of videos coming up saying TCS वापस आ गया, TCS वापस आ गया and all. Leave it. It really doesn't matter for us who is conducting the exam. All we need is a fair examination. So if a fair examination is conducted, let it be anybody. The level of questions now are really good. This is necessary. We literally don't want very simple questions in the exam. We want the questions to be of a good standard, so that let's say you're spending 1 year, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months in your preparation. If the exam standard is very bad, you will feel extremely bad. So the vendor, it is still the same. The question paper, stick to 2025 PYQs. Now you have enough amount of time. Even if your preparation is not ready, even if it is slightly up and down and all, it's still okay. Take time. Revisit your preparation. Consider this as a very good opportunity. Usually these kind of things don't happen every year. Once a vendor comes in, they stay for 3-4 years and exams are conducted back to back. So for 2026, you have time. So prepare very well. Don't get relaxed. The deadline date that I suggest you guys to keep it in mind is simply go with mid-July. Go with mid-July. Consider that this is your exam date and you prepare for this. That is more than enough. Do you still have any questions in this regard? Hey, there is one more guy who cleared tier 2, man. Your Hindi accent is similar to us. I was thinking, only Telugu or Tamil. अरे नहीं भाई, वैसा कुछ भी नहीं है. I love Hindi. I speak Hindi. I was in multiple states across for a long period of time. बहुत दिन था उधर. Your centers will change. Your infrastructure hopefully will improve. There are 5 aspirants who have cleared ACI or tier 2. So for today, please do excuse me. I'll take up this class tomorrow. We will have a small conversation if necessary. but I'll not take up further discussion because these guys are texting me that their exam is cleared and they want to talk about interview and all, right? Clear regarding the notification. If you can, what is your question, buddy? Please ask your question again. I'm still here. Yes, I will guide you, not a problem. I'll read the notice completely and we will talk about the notice. Nan Kannada maataಡ್ತೀನಿ, I can understand Tamil, I can understand multiple language. Okay, we will do a class on, we will compensate this class. We will compensate this class, yes. We will take a class on Friday also. We will compensate whatever we wanted to complete this week, we will complete it tomorrow. Okay, I'll compensate this, not a problem at all. मैं था यार उधर बहुत दिन था. I mean, majority of my friends gang are from Hindi states, okay? And my engineering friends and all, majority of them are from Hindi states. Okay, DM on Telegram. Right, okay, for today I'm gonna disconnect the class. I'm extremely sorry for disconnecting. There is an important notice and people have cleared the exam and my friends started texting me that probably UPSC result could be delivered today. So for today we will pause. For whom there will be interview, as in those who have cleared. अरे जो होगा देखा जाएगा भाई. My tension regarding UPSC results, no, I don't have, but I have some friends who are giving it, so I am concerned about them. मेरा तो जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Whatever happens, let's see. Okay, if it is done, done. If it is not done, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. My own students are about to give interviews now, so I'm glad with what I'm doing. Polity notes, I'll check it. I'll check it right now. Just a second. Chandu, come in. Thank you so much. Let's see. No, let's not have congratulations and all. I mean, interview was very stressful, like I have to admit it. It was a very bad and stress interview. They were at the point where, why do you even want to write this exam? I mean, the chairman of the board just stopped himself of saying that you are here without any purpose. So it was a very bad day. So let's see what happens. Yes, Varun, I have to record it. I couldn't do it. ACIO tier 2, those who have cleared ACIO tier 2, they have the interview. No, I am not applying in 2026. I will not write anymore. I am done with whatever competitive exams are there. I am done. I am not writing any exams anymore. Okay. Let's see what happens. Karke. If the result is out today, it's out. It's not. Let's see. Fine, yeah. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow will be slightly lengthier. We will compensate. For today, let me read this notice properly. Yeah, that's ruthless, but it is reality. So, I'll read this notice and I'll update you whatever is there in this. And I'll talk to those people who cleared the exam as well. Right? Thank you. Let's see, it's okay. I'm not really worried about my result, but I'm happy for the students who cleared ACIO exam. I just want to talk to them. They've been constantly texting that I've cleared it. And one of them, I know him since like we had 15-20 subscribers to Siddhi. There is one guy of them who I know since that day. I spoke to him multiple times and he wants to talk as well. So yeah. Thank you. Jai Sri Krishna. Radhe Radhe. Bye-bye.